Well, it may sound silly, but it landed a local man in jail, and it could have actually put lives at risk. That man and two of his friends were unhappy with their burger order at McDonald's and felt like police should handle the situation for them. They wouldn't stop calling 911, tying up the life-saving emergency line for nearly 20 minutes.
What makes you think it's a stroke, man?
It's Andrew Michelson's job to handle life and death calls, not calls over 2 patties and special sauce.
I was at a McDonald's, I paid $10, and these guys gave me 1 burger and a fry and told me to pull around.
Okay, sir, this is not a 911 emergency.
I told him that he needed to talk to the manager and take it up with them because it wasn't something the police was going to get involved with.
But the upset man and 2 of his friends kept calling 911 over and over.
You just tell me I can't get a cop right here at 82nd and Sunnyside Road. I will sue your office right now.
You're going to sue our office because you're calling in on 911 because they didn't give you the correct food?
Okay, yeah, you send an officer right here, right now, because I got cheated.
He started cursing, and, you know, we get that a lot where people will, you know, try to abuse us and take it out on us.
The 3 men made such a scene outside the drive-up window that other McDonald's customers started calling 911, fearing for the safety of restaurant employees. Meanwhile, the upset men used a new tactic to get attention from dispatchers.
Oh my God, the lady at McDonald's has a gun pointed to my head. I'm going to send the cop.
Does she have gun pointed to your head?
Yep, right now. You going to send the cop?
Yes, I'm going to send you a cop.
What is your name?
My name is Lloyd Martin.
Police say there was no gun. They arrested 23-year-old Jeremy Martin for improper use of 911. His 2 friends fled the scene. Dispatchers say the abusive, selfish 911 calls could have easily put other lives at risk, all over a hamburger.
I got robbed for my money.
Sir, you did not get robbed. I'm going to disconnect with you now.
A man calls 911 over an order at McDonald's, not once, but twice. Police arrested that Portland man over misuse of 911, and tonight, KATU has an exclusive interview with that caller. KATU's Margie Lynch spoke with him, and Margie, he still thinks he's right in all of this.
That's right, Melanie. In fact, he says when he was in this drive-thru at this Clackamas McDonald's, they didn't give him the right change. So in his mind, there was a crime committed and nothing stopping him from calling 911. One day and a jail visit later, Jeremy Martin insists he did nothing wrong when he called 911 over a fast food order.
I was at a McDonald's, I paid $10, and these guys gave me 1 burger and a fry.
I was very upset that they try to charge me for the food that I already paid for.
Did you see any flames?
Clackamas County dispatcher Andrew Mickelson let him know otherwise.
Okay, sir, this is not a 911 emergency. Let me get you to... Sir, this is nothing the police are going to get involved in. You need to take it up with the manager.
When it's something that's an immediate threat to life or property, it's definitely a 911 call. This wasn't either of those.
After Jeremy called and tied up the emergency line again, this time yelling profanities.
You cannot tell me I can call 911 and not get a cop right here. You can tell me I can't get a cop right here at 82nd and Sunnyside Road. I will sue your office right now.
Dispatch called for police, but not to help Jeremy. They arrested him.
For me to end up going to jail over a $10 order, that's just ridiculous.
The 23-year-old says he's been on the other side of the window. As an assistant manager of a fast food restaurant, he's called 911, never turned away.
There's been cases where I did have to call, because a customer is getting rude. But, I called, talked to the cops. I didn't go to jail for calling the cops.
Their last call to 911 Friday morning, the caller makes an attempt to say whatever possible to get police there.
Oh, my God, the lady at McDonald's has a gun pointed to my head. I'm going to send the cop.
There was no gun, and Jeremy says that last call wasn't even him. It was his friend. Repeated calls were unacceptable.
If we're having to take 911 calls with him, it could be putting someone with a medical emergency on hold.
Jeremy still doesn't agree with the outcome, but says he'll consider the consequences.
Would you do it again?
I guess not if I'm going to go to jail for it.
And he did spend a night in jail for what happened at this Clackamas McDonald's. You might remember it was exactly a month ago. A very similar thing happened in Aloha at a McDonald's there. A customer called 911 saying he wasn't given the right order. Now, dispatchers want people to know, do not call 911 over a fast food order. It is for life and death situations only. Live in Clackamas, Margie Lynch, KATU News.
So, Margie, what's next for this guy? Does he face any more things related to this incident?
Court appearances, Melanie. Definitely he will face a judge. So he has another court appearance coming up, and he says in the meantime he doesn't plan on calling 911.
Probably not a good idea. All right, thank you so much.
From the frying pan into the deep fryer.
I was at a McDonald's. I paid $10, and these guys gave me one burger and a fry and told me to pull around.
Okay, sir, this is not a 911 emergency. Let me get...
The man says he was robbed by McDonald's workers when he ordered his burger and fries, but authorities say the only people robbed are the victims who call 911 with real emergencies. Welcome to KOIN Local 6 at 6. I'm Alexis Del Cid.
And I'm Ken Body. Thanks for joining us. Police say Jeremy Martin was enraged when he called police. The call came in at around 4 o'clock on Friday morning at a McDonald's restaurant on 82nd and Sunnyside Road. Jessica Morkert joins us live there. And Jessica, it really seems ridiculous that someone will call 911 for a wrong fast food order.
It's silly, Ken. The 911 dispatcher who we talked to said that he got a call from that disturbed customer here at this McDonald's not once, not twice, but 4 times. And it may sound silly, but according to the 911 dispatcher who we spoke with, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Sir, this is not a police matter. You need to take it up with the manager of the McDonald's. I'm going to disconnect.
I got robbed for my money.
Sir, you did not get robbed. I'm going to disconnect with you now.
That wouldn't be the first time 911 dispatchers would hang up with a caller upset about his burger and fries.
I was at McDonald's. I gave these guys $10. They gave me one burger and a fry and told me to park.
Sir, I believe you just talked to my partner a moment ago, and he advised you this is not a 911 emergency.
This is a 911 emergency. I got robbed for $8.
The 911 operators in Clackamas County hear a lot in their line of work, but a call like this?
You cannot tell me I can call 911 and not get a cop right here. You can tell me I can't get a cop right here at 82nd and Sunnyside Road. I will sue your office right now.
Authorities would eventually send an officer and arrest this man, 23-year-old Jeremy Martin. He was charged with inappropriate use of 911.
Failure to comply, DDVS violation.
Andrew Michelson was the first 911 dispatcher to get the call.
Copy. Do they have 24 hours to come get it, or do they need to come out right away?
He fields on average more than 100 calls a day. The 911 center fields more than 800 calls, and in a job when every second counts, a call about a burger and fries does not constitute an emergency.
It's unfortunate that sometimes people with a medical emergency might get put on hold for a second to go grab one of those other lines, and when it's a non-emergency, you know, it's taking time away from being with them.
That's why these hard workers want the public to know that this...
Okay, stop. Listen, 911 is for life or death emergencies only. By you calling 911, you can be arrested for... Sir, listen to me. Sir, listen to me. Stop.
...is inappropriate. Now, dispatchers want to be clear about what constitutes a 911 emergency, and that is a crime in progress, immediate threat to life or property, or a medical emergency. And they also want to warn people about calling 911 this 4th of July. They say that don't call 911 if you see fireworks, only call if you see a fire. And just to warn you about not calling 911 only if it's emergency, the fine is $7,500. Live in Clackamas, Jessica Morkert, KOIN Local 6.